So it's time for day 5 of the 30-day devotional, Resting in God's Sovereignty by Ernest Easley. And Ernest Easley chose to make chapter 5, or rather day 5, about things that bring you joy in life. And obviously for Ernest Easley and hopefully most followers of Christ, the number one thing that brings them joy is God, as nothing in existence is possible without God. And obviously, God and Jesus Christ is the path to eternity in heaven. So, why wouldn't that be the number one thing that brings you joy, knowing that death has been defeated and you now have a path to heaven? You have a path to be with God. So, in my top 5 list, as I'm going to make a top 5 list for this day as part of my reflection, my number one thing that brings me joy would be God. Now, number 2, for me personally, I choose family, which is my wife and daughter. I don't know where I'd be without my wife or my daughter. They've really softened me up. And really, those two, my daughter is about to be 10 months old. Those two influenced my decision to be baptized at the church we go to. So, very grateful for them as they continue to bring me to God. And also the other members of my family, mom, dad, brother, sister, nephews, nieces, in-laws. I'm grateful for all of them. The number 3 thing, obviously, these are earthly things that, once I get to heaven, the thing that's going to bring me the most joy is God, which, I just mentioned that he's my number one on my top 5 list now. But in terms of things that bring me joy right now, number 3 thing is sports. I have always enjoyed playing sports. I would say my top 3 sports are football, basketball, and baseball. I love watching them and playing them. I overall was better at baseball than the other sports. I loved football the most, but I was probably best at baseball. I don't want to really make this all about me in terms of like just sitting here talking about sports. It would seem kind of silly when I'm not an athlete currently. My job is to be a registered behavior technician for children on the spectrum. So while I might have athletic ability, it would seem silly to dwell on that. But anyways, yes, that is my number 3 passion. My number 4 passion, you could really flip-flop these two with, sports being number 3 and number 4 being the weather. I have always enjoyed studying the weather and have always been fascinated by storms in particular. I love a good storm. I love studying tornadoes. One of my career choices, if I would have left town for my degree, which I do have a bachelor's degree that came from Purdue, but if I would have been able to go to a college more geared for meteorology, as my bachelor's degree was in psychology, I would have chosen to study meteorology and became a storm chaser. It was always a dream of mine to chase tornadoes, which some people might call me crazy for, and that's fine, but tornadoes is a passion of mine, and thunderstorms in general. I love when we get a good thunderstorm with hail and wind, going out and trying to make a YouTube video out of it. So that's my number 4 passion. My 5th passion would be my current job. I've never had a job that I've been passionate about until this one, and that's working as a registered behavior technician. I have mentioned before that I am on the spectrum. I have autism, so it feels fulfilling to be able to give back by working with these kids and making a difference in their lives. I work with kids on the spectrum, as I mentioned, as a registered behavior technician. So it's kind of my way of giving back and inspiring these children. And, I gave up on my dreams of being a meteorologist or a football or baseball player. I let others bully and talk me out of it. And the kids at the center I work at might not have that same dream, but they do have a dream. And I want to see them be able to follow their dreams and pursue their dreams and not let others discourage them from pursuing it. They can do anything they put their minds to. And that's a major motivating factor for me and why I love the job that I do so much. So now I'm going to end this day 5 reflection as I list the top 5 things that bring me joy. And you can share in the comments what top 5 things bring you joy. I'm interested in hearing that. I'm going to end this reflection with a prayer that Ernest Easley put at the end of the day 5 devotional. And he puts a prayer at the end of every day. So I'm going to go ahead and lead us in the words that Ernest Easley left for the prayer. And that's, Lord, thank you for your work in my life as I delight today in your sovereignty. Inspire me to accomplish something for you that will impact the lives of others. In Jesus' name, amen. And for me going forward, right now it's 11 o'clock at night, but the impact that I have in the lives of others would be my job, inspiring others to continue to follow their dreams and give them hope. I've actually had some kids during the course of my career as an RBT ask me about God. So I've had an opportunity to tell kids about who God is to me and who God is, and just sharing that story. You never know when you're going to get an opportunity to talk to people about God, but if you are a Christian and you believe in God, that opportunity is going to be there. Kids are curious. Other people need to hear the story, not just kids, but, it has came up in my career where a client has asked about God and I got to share that story. And I told my pastor about it and I was so proud of myself. But let's go ahead and wrap this up for now. I look forward to day 6. This is the end of day 5. So we're working through it. We got 25 more days to go. Thank you for your time and support, and have a good day.